On Earth, every step is a tiny workout for your bones. Your hips, spine, and legs take load with every stair and every stumble you catch. In orbit, that workout stops. Classic flight medicine numbers put weight-bearing bone loss near 1% of mineral density per month when the skeleton stays unloaded. Muscle follows the same quiet logic. What you do not use, you start to lose. This is Body Beyond Earth. Episode 2 asks what happens when the gym called gravity closes, and whether a machine on a space station can replace a planet. Bone and muscle are not statues. They are living tissue that remakes itself based on the forces you apply. On Earth, standing, walking, and lifting sends signals that say, "Keep this strong." In microgravity, those signals fade. Bone-forming cells get quieter. Bone-breaking cells stay busy. Calcium leaves the skeleton and shows up in urine within days. Muscle protein synthesis drops when postural fibers stop earning their keep. This is not laziness. It is physics meeting biology. The body is efficient. Efficiency without load looks a lot like decline. Not every muscle melts at the same rate. The postural muscles that fight gravity on Earth take the hardest hit. Calves, deep back, hip and thigh muscles that keep you upright. On typical half-year station missions, lower body volume and strength can fall in the order of 10 to 20% without strong countermeasures. Upper body often holds up better because arms still work every day. That pattern matters for Mars. Landing day is not a desk job. You may need legs that still remember how to stand, climb, and haul. Low back pain is a common complaint after unloading those postural fibers. Strength is not vanity in deep space. It is egress insurance. Bone does not vanish evenly. The skull can even gain a little density in flight, while the lumbar spine, pelvis, and lower limbs lose. Meta-analyses put lower limb loss near 0.8% per month across many travelers, with individual rates that vary hard. The spongy interior of bone can show steeper drops than the smooth outer shell. That is why hip and spine numbers scare flight surgeons. A fracture risk is not a cartoon. It is a mission-ending medical event with no ambulance from another planet. NASA tracks bone mineral density before and after flight for a reason. The skeleton is part of the vehicle. Exercise is the main defense. Early station hardware could not load the body hard enough. Crews worked long sessions and still lost bone and muscle. Then came heavier resistance gear, including the advanced resistive exercise device, plus better treadmills and bikes. High-intensity, smarter prescriptions cut the damage compared with the old era. Average aerial density loss fell, sometimes into a few tenths of a percent per month. That still leaves residual debt. Spongy bone inside the hip can keep dropping even when whole region scans look better. Lower body strength and power can still slip enough to matter for hard tasks. So the honest line is this: the modern station gym slows the bleed. It does not declare victory. Exercise is not the only lever. Bone drugs such as bisphosphonates have been studied as partners to training because chemistry can slow resorption while hardware tries to restore load. Blood flow restriction training is being explored as a way to get more adaptation from lighter loads, which matters when heavy machines are expensive, noisy, or injury-prone. None of these is a finished Mars kit. Pharmacology has side effects and selection rules. Cuff training needs careful protocols and hardware that fits a habitat. Injury from exercise itself is already a real station risk. The open problem is a stack that protects diverse bodies for a cruise measured in months, not a 6-month low Earth orbit tour with a quick ride home. Mars adds a cruel schedule. Months of free fall on the way out, then a landing in about 38% gravity where you still need legs, hips, and a spine that can take a hard day. Partial gravity may help more than zero, but we do not have years of human data at Mars gravity to prove how much. A spinning ship that makes artificial gravity could change the story, and it also changes mass, cost, and failure modes. Until that architecture is real, muscle and bone protection is a daily operations problem. Power, vibration, schedule, and injury risk all sit next to the squat rack. If the gym fails halfway to Mars, the body keeps the receipt. Scoreboard the idea. Earth loads you for free. Station exercise slows the loss and still leaves a residual debt. Mars stretches that debt across a long, quiet cruise, then asks for strength on landing day. Episode 2, takeaway is blunt. Treat bone and muscle as spacecraft structure. Load them on purpose. Measure what remains. Do not confuse a better treadmill with a solved planet. Next time on Body Beyond Earth, we open radiation dose math, the invisible tax that exercise cannot cancel. For now, remember the cold open. When gravity goes silent, the skeleton listens. That is Body Beyond Earth on the Quantum Files. Subscribe if you want the next system when we open it.